What's going on, guys? Mix14 here. Today I want to talk about gaming mice. So my last video I talked about how I was trying to improve my accuracy a bit, so I decided, you know what, I'm gonna go buy a new mouse. I've been using a SteelSeries Guild Wars 2 mouse for the past couple months here. I bought that mouse maybe for 20 bucks. I think it was on sale at GameStop one day. Before that I had a Razer Death Adder 2013 edition, and that broke. It started suffering from that that spin out issue that was happening to a lot of those mice. So I decided, I was watching a guy's channel on YouTube. Rocket Jump Ninja is what his name is. He has some deadly mouse reviews. I definitely check out his channel. Really top-notch stuff. So he reviews a bunch of mice, and he recommended the Logitech G303. So I went out and I bought a G303, and it is a really great mouse. It has, I guess it's the best sensor on the market right now. I think it's something stupid like 12,000 DPI. Nobody plays at that high DPI. But anyway, I thought I'd make a video, or I talk to you guys about the comfort, I guess, of gaming mice. I find that there is no mouse that is comfortable these days. I remember back in the day when I was playing Counter-Strike, I was using this old generic optical mouse, and it was probably one of my favorite mice. It didn't have any side buttons. It wasn't a fancy gaming mouse, but you know what? It got the job done. From there, I think I bought, it was one of the Logitech, the MX500, I think that's what it was called. It had the two side buttons, and I thought that was a killer mouse. It wasn't as comfortable, but it was comfortable enough that I never really thought about it. That wore out. I bought an MX518, I believe it was. It was the same shape, and wore that out. I think from there I bought a Microsoft Sidewinder, and that was so uncomfortable. That was the first time that, anyway, in memory, that I remember a mouse that I was like, this thing just feels awful. And once again, that broke. So from there, I got my first wireless mouse. It was a Logitech G7. It had a laser sensor in it, and to this day, that was the most comfortable mouse I ever used. I used a weird kind of hybrid claw slash fingertip grip, leaning more towards fingertip, I think. So I found it had a little groove on the side that I could place my pinky in and pick up the mouse really easily. But the only thing I didn't like about that mouse was it only had one side button, and by that time I got used to having the side buttons. The Microsoft Sidewinder, that had a whole shit ton of buttons. Never used them all. So anyway, after I just didn't like how the G7 only had the one side button, so I bought a Logitech G500, and that one had 3 side buttons. So I thought, okay, well, this is going to be really cool. And I had a lot of experience with the Logitech mice, so I thought, okay, well, the same shape is going to be comfortable. No, the G500 was it felt so awful. I remember that was back when I started playing Bad Company 2, and I was using the G500, and it just felt so awful, and it had this odd weight system in it. And back in the day, I thought, well, if they're supplying weights, maybe just put all the weights in the mouse, and that's going to make the mouse better. No, not at all. It was an awful mouse feel. So finally, I didn't wear that one out, but I decided, you know what, I'm going to pony up and I'm going to buy I was hearing a lot about the Razer Death Adder 2013 edition. So I ponied up and I went and I bought that. And it was an alright mouse. I'm not going to say it was anything special. I know a lot of guys, they rave about that mouse, but I myself, I didn't find it anything spectacular. And I had it for maybe under a year, and it started developing that spin out issue. I was like, what kind of shit is this? I guess I could have returned it. I could have warrantied it back, but at that time I was getting out of gaming, so I really didn't care. And I had seen that the SteelSeries Guild War mouse that I bought, it was on sale again, as I said, for 20 bucks. So I just bought it on a whim while I still had the Razer Death Adder. So when the Death Adder broke, I didn't care. I just went and started using the SteelSeries mouse. And again, I wasn't gaming that much anymore. So it was kind of just a desktop driver. So now that I'm getting back into gaming, I decided, you know what, I'm tired of using this the SteelSeries Guild Wars mouse. So I'm going to try something new. So I went and I bought this Logitech 303. And it's a really great mouse. It's really light. I could swipe really easily with it. But I thought, you know what, I don't want to... It feels really uncomfortable. It's this weird diamond shape. I don't want to say it's uncomfortable. It's unorthodox, I should say. I've never felt a mouse quite like it. So I decided to be thorough, so to speak. The next, or maybe 2 days later, I went and I bought G502 just for mouse feel. Make sure if I'm going to spend money, let's make sure I get something that I'm really comfortable with. And I really liked the G502. However, I found it was really heavy. And that SteelSeries mouse that I bought, it was a really light mouse. So I think I've been using it for the past 2 years. So I just got accustomed to a really light mouse. So when I bought the G303, that again is super light, and I didn't think anything of it because I just got accustomed to it. But when I started playing with the 502, I was like, oh wow, this is like a tank in my hand. I can't really maneuver around with it. So for the time being, I took back the 502 and I'm using the G303. And I question these days, like, why can't they make a mouse that has both a really great sensor and is really comfortable? I don't know if I'm the only one that has these issues. I don't think I am. But it's so hard to find a mouse that is like the best of both worlds. I question, why is this a thing still? I mean, it's 2016. How come a manufacturer hasn't made a mouse that feels great in the hand and has a really great sensor? I don't know. But anyway, let me know in the comments what you guys think. What are you guys using for mice? Are you guys happy with the 303? If anybody's using the 303, the diamond shape to that mouse, it has some really cool RGB lighting. I'm not really into the whole lighting thing, but if it floats your boat, it's all good. So anyway, for those of you who made it to the end of the video, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. Give the video a like if you liked it. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to the channel because it really helps me out. Anyway, catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. What's going on, guys? Mix14 here. Today I want to talk about gaming mice. So my last video I talked about how I was trying to improve my accuracy a bit, so I decided, you know what, I'm gonna go buy a new mouse. I've been using a SteelSeries Guild Wars 2 mouse for the past couple months here. I bought that mouse maybe for 20 bucks. I think it was on sale at GameStop one day. Before that I had a Razer Death Adder 2013 edition, and that broke. It started suffering from that spin out issue that was happening to a lot of those mice. So I decided, I was watching a guy's channel on YouTube, Rocket Jump Ninja is what his name is,